What's up, comic and pop culture fans? This is James with Hunter Comics, and today we're talking about the bang for your buck comics. Comics that not only have one, two, but many actually notable first appearances all within the same issue. For our criteria today, we're talking about books that are not only affordable, you're not going to see things like Giant X-Men #1 because I'm talking about bang for your buck, and that's really expensive, but also loaded up. I specifically chose comics that have at least 4 points that make it a key within the issue. You guys just know I'm going to miss like one of the most obvious ones, I bet. So drop down one below if you can remember one. Don't forget about the 50,000 subscribers because someone's going to get a 9.8 of ASM 300. Just make sure you're commenting on each video and be subscribed. Invaders, #7. Every time I see this thing, I am always blown away by how much bang for your buck. One of the best parts about it, you can get a perfect copy raw, and it's like $30, dude. This is first Union Jack, first Baron Blood, first Spitfire, and first Freedom's 5. That's 4 major points of key identification in one issue for a measly $30. That's quite the bang for your buck. Next is going to be, I like how I put this, every G.I. Joe key. I started putting them in this list and noticed that literally there were 50 of them that had multiple key significances. And I don't know G.I. Joe well enough to say what's a big character and what's not. I know issue #1 is absolutely loaded. It's a laundry list of first appearances, so I'm just going to loosely say many G.I. Joe books that are loaded with key significance. Captain America 180. $15 highs, guys. This is maybe the most ridiculous one on the list. First, Steve Rogers as Nomad. First, Hugh Jones, president of Roxxon. While we're at it, this is also the first appearance of Roxxon. Madam Hydra becomes Viper. Death of the first Viper. There's a lot going on in this issue. And a great cover to boot. The price tag has always surprised me. Green Lantern 25 from 2007. For $35, you can get a mint copy of the first Scarred Guardian, first Atrocitus, first Red Lantern Corps, first Larfleeze, first Orange Lantern Corps, first Blue Lantern Corps, first Indigo Lantern Corps, first Black Lantern Corps, Death of Anti-Monitor, first appearance of Monk, and cameos from Xenomorphs, Predator, and the Pale Man, all in one issue. Probably the issue you guys were expecting to see in this video, and there it is. Let's do Thor 274. And this is a $10 high, mind you. Check this. First Frigga. First Hugin and Munin. Death of Baldur. First Sleipnir, Odin's horse. First Hermod, god of messengers. Loaded up, dude. That's 5 notable points in one key from 1978. Fantastic Four 53, 1966. You guys know this one. I've talked about this a lot. So it's the first appearance of Claw, as well as the origin of Claw. It is the second appearance of Black Panther, first appearance of T'Chaka, Black Panther's father, and first appearance and mention of Vibranium. This thing's pretty loaded up. That's a good one. All-Star Squadron 25. One of my favorite multi-key keys, and this is like $20, dude. First appearance of Nuklon, Atom Smasher. First appearance of Jade. That's a big one. First appearance of Silver Scarab. First appearance of Obsidian. And first appearance of Infinity Inc. I'm sorry, but that is absolutely crazy for just $20, man. Captain America 341, 1988. First, Lamar Hoskins as Battlestar. First, Rock Python. First, Coach Whip. First, Boomslang. First, Left Winger and Right Winger. It's also a Kirby cover swipe. It's a Daredevil 43 homage. All new Marvel Now .1 #1. First full appearance of Kamala Khan as Ms. Marvel. First Bruno Corelli. First Tanath the Pursuer. First Dawn Greenwood, ally of Silver Surfer. War of the Realms, New Agents of Atlas, another $20 entry here. First Luna Snow, Crescent, Io, Arrow, Wave, Swordmaster, absolutely loaded up. This book is actually kind of cold right now, but I think this book has some serious lasting power for decades to come. Alpha Flight number 1, 1983. First Puck, first Marina, first Tundra, first Madison Jeffries, first Wild Child, and first cameo of Gamma Flight. Another $20 bill right there. Hulk 250. First Sabra, who got pretty big for a second there. First Collective Man. It's a weak cameo, but it is the first cameo of the Soviet super soldiers. And first Arabian Night. This is quite down from it used to be. I actually think it wasn't so affordable. Dude, like a near mint is like $30 now. Hulk 418, 1993. Marriage of Rick Jones. Peter David, the writer, officiates. Cameo of DC's Death of the Endless, by the way. First appearance of Talos the Untamed. Rom appears for the first time in human form. I think it was worth mentioning, especially when you consider the fact that near mint to mint of this sell for $10. X-Men 96. You're going to see a few X-Men here. First, Moira McTaggart, an Omega level mutant. Debut of the Berserker Rage with Wolverine. First, Stephen Lang. And first, Kirok, a demon created by Scython. X-Men 98, just a couple issues later, has a Clark Kent, again from DC Comics, appearing in a Marvel book. And Wolverine unmasks for the first time and reveals that his claws are actually part of his body and not just gloves like it was originally intended. First, Amanda Sefton. And cameos from Jack Kirby, Stan Lee, and other creators. X-Men 104, first Corsair, father of Cyclops. First Chode, member of Starjammers. By the way, you guys need to correct me. Is that actually how you pronounce that? Because that's pretty whack. Chode? Really? Second cameo of Lilandra. First mention of Mutant X, aka Proteus. First meeting and battle of Wolverine and Magneto. Got a lot going on in there. Another X-Men 107. First Starjammers. First Shi'ar, Imperial Guard. First M'Kraan Crystal. First appearance of Gladiator, leader of the Imperial Guard, and honestly more things that I didn't even put on here, but it was kind of similar to the Shi'ar Imperial Guard. Lot going on in that first Starjammers. X-Men 132 for $60 in near mint. You can get first Hellfire Club, first Black Bishop, first White Bishop, and first appearance of Tessa, later becomes Sage. 1, 2, 3, 4, there you go. X-Men 141. This one's over 100, but mind you, this is down. It's like at a 10 to 15 year low at $150 for a perfect condition raw. First Destiny, first Avalanche, first Pyro, first Rachel Summers, the daughter of Scott and Jean, and just a classic cover, classic story. There's a lot there. Marvel 2-in-1, 54. This thing's $50 for a perfect copy. And with that $50, you get a lot. First appearance of Titania. That's a big one. First Screaming Mimi, Pound Cakes, Letha, The Grapplers, and to top it off, it is also the Death of Deathlock. There's a lot going on in that one, and I kind of think it's a little underrated. ASM 298. It's actually the first Todd McFarlane on Spidey. It's also the first cameo of frickin' Venom. Big one. First Life Foundation. And first appearance of Carlton Drake. Maybe this is just a crazy overcorrection market, but now you can get mint raws for $100. When did that happen? Whew! Good time to buy ASM 298, huh? All right, Lethal Protector 4, original series. First Scream, Agony, Phage, Lasher, and Riot. All characters that have literally been in the big screen and on TV for decades. $15 for a perfect copy. Giant Size Avengers 1. First Nuclo, mutant son of Miss America and Wizard. First appearance of Bova. Death of the Wizard. And second appearance of the Invaders. That's a very underrated one right there. Perfect condition, close to perfect condition, you're dropping just $100. Let's go more recent. Avengers Academy #1 is a loaded up key. They say $20. I actually kind of sell this for like 10 or 15. First Hazmat, first Metal, first Striker, first Veil, first Finesse. Another book with some staying power. These are characters that have been around the block since 2010. Who knows where it's going to go. Avengers Arena #1. Another $10 book right here, and you get a lot. First appearance of Death Locket, Kid Britain. First Cullen Bloodstone, who's the brother or cousin, I think, of Elsa Bloodstone. Anachronism. First Nara. And first Apex, and Death of Metal. So, geez, there's a lot there, man. There's a lot happening. Dark Reign, Young Avengers #1. $20 for a perfect copy? Real cheap here. First appearance of the second Enchantress, Sylvie. First appearance of the second Melter. First appearance of Big Zero. First Executioner, son of Princess Python. First Coat of Arms. First appearance of the Young Masters of Evil. That's a good, more modern $20 right there. You get a lot. Two more. I'm going to give you X-Men Alpha #1. And I love this because this is a $5 bin book right here. And you get a lot. First Dark Beast. First Holocaust, aka Nemesis. First Abyss. First Morph featureless form. First Charles Lensher, the child of Magneto and Rogue. You got to remember, they printed a lot, but still $5? That's a good bang for your buck, man. I'm going to end it with Justice League of America Annual #2. First appearance of Vibe. First appearance of Gypsy. First appearance of Justice League Detroit. And first appearance of Steel. That's right. That's a big bang for your buck. And this is like $20, maybe $30, depending on when you're buying it. Very affordable stuff here. All right, guys, let me know the ones I missed. I'm sure I missed some, but these are the ones that whenever I'm pricing up books, I always write the key significance on the back. That way, when I'm doing a sale, I can recite what the key significance is. And these are always the ones that blow my mind and hurt my wrist by how much I'm writing on the back. These have a lot going on with them, and I think they're a great value. Something to hunt for. Be on the lookout. Keep on hunting. Make sure to come on down to Sentiment Depot's Antiques and Collectibles, located at 238 West Delaware Ave in Pennington, New Jersey. Find so many great books for just $1 and the lowest prices on key comics around. Enjoy a huge selection of graded comics priced up to 20% lower than current fair market value. We are open from Wednesday to Sunday, closed Monday, Tuesday. You got a collection you want to sell? Bring that too. Can't wait to see you there.